Hi, Linda Bowney here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is just Friday, and a fun little technique that you can use with your big background stamps. Now, I am using the Daisy Garden background stamp, and it is large, so when it's something is large like that, I do like to use my Stamparatus. Now, I have a piece of fresh freesia. This measures 3.5 by 4.5, and we are going to stamp it along the 4.5 inch side. So I'm going to go in here and put my magnets down because I want to make sure that I know exactly where that paper is. Let's make sure that none of this is going to interfere with the stamp itself when we stamp it. Let's pull this one down maybe a little bit. Okay, that should be good. But by putting the magnets down, if I need to re-ink this stamp, then I can. If it's hasn't moved, then I can just stamp right on top of it. One of the benefits of the Stamparatus. I have my gorgeous grape ink pad. We're just going to ink that up. And stamp it on, oop, got dimensionals going on there. We're going to stamp it onto our paper. I see this needs to be moved out just a little bit. You want to give even pressure all the way around. Again, if it doesn't ink fully, we can re-ink it and stamp again. But I think that looks pretty good. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to grab my water painter, and I'm going to go in and highlight those flowers. And what I'm doing is just pulling the ink right from the flower, from the ink that I used to stamp it. Now I'm doing the centers nice and dark, and the leaves, just going to touch up some of them. It does not have to be perfect. That's the cool thing about watercoloring. It doesn't have to be all colored in, and if you go out of the lines, it's okay too. So just kind of a foolproof way of coloring. Now, this is just going to be a monochromatic card. Again, I use the new In Color and the gorgeous grape for my ink. The water painters just makes coloring very easy. I could have also went in with my blends. I want to make sure I pull it clear out to the end on some of them. Get my stems. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my trimmer. So I've got that. Set my Stamparatus aside and grab my trimmer, and I am going to cut along the 4.5 inch side. I'm going to cut it at 1.5 inches. So 2 cuts, so then I have 3 even pieces. I'm going to bring in a piece of gorgeous grape. This measures 3.25 by 5. I'm going to add some Stamp and Seal. And want to make sure that, oops, see, I was going to put that wrong. I always like to do the sides first. I'm going to go in and adhere them down. Do the same thing over here. And then finally put the one in the middle. Getting as close to the spacing as possible. I've got my pattern going there. I'm going to go in with my gorgeous grape ribbon and wrap some ribbon around. tie a square knot. Remember, left over right, right over left. And I'll get a square knot. Well, grab that end. And then I'm going to use my new In Color ribbon. And I'm just going to use a little piece of that. I am really liking this technique. Just using 2 colors of ribbon. Especially with the monochromatic look, I used both these colored cardstocks, so having both the ribbons the same color just adds to that monochromatic look. Go ahead and pull that out. Got my ribbon. Then I have a piece of the fresh freesia. That is just such a different name for me to say. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. My card base, of course, is the 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at the 5.5 for my card. I'm going to put that right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a glue dot, and I'm going to grab one of my bumblebee trinkets. Absolutely love these. They aren't real thick. So it just makes for a nice little embellishment for your card. And there you have it, a fun monochromatic card using the Daisy Garden background stamp. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.